Just about every day here in the tri-state, somebody's water heater fails. I don't care whether it's an electric one or a gas one, and I'm also talking about traditional storage type tank water heaters like mine. But when you go to have one put in, whether you do it yourself or you're going to have a professional, there are some very important things you need to know so that you don't have a hazard in your home. One of the first things to consider with a water heater is to make sure that you have just one control valve on the water lines going into and out of the hot water heater. And this particular valve should be on the cold water side only. Notice on the hot water side, I do not have a valve here, and you do not want to put one there. The second thing is where the copper lines attach to the water heater, I highly recommend that you use a thing called a dielectric union. When you connect two dissimilar metals, such as copper and iron, together in the presence of water, you get what's called electrolysis, and that can cause corrosion, which eventually leads to a leak. These fittings, called dielectric unions, prevent that because they separate the two materials with a rubber washer behind this nut. The extra benefit of this particular fitting is it allows you to disconnect the copper lines from the water heater in less than 15 seconds. If you have a gas water heater like mine, you have to pay attention to the vent pipe. It is very important that it is sized correctly with this vent hood. Make sure it's the same diameter. If you make it a smaller size and reduce it, you can have a backup of exhaust fumes in your home, and that's a very bad thing. Finally, when you get ready to install the new heater, don't try to save money and reuse your old pressure relief valve. They're very important because these are the safety device. If the water heater overheats, the superheated water goes through the relief valve, then into this pipe, down to the floor, and flows into the floor drain. Safety is really an important issue with water heaters. If you don't do things the right way, you can be in a lot more hot water than you want to be.
For more information, visit askthebuilder.com.